So I am 31 years old right now, and I just got a biological age test result, which says I'm 23, which is 8 years younger. And the funny thing is I started eating healthy and focusing on my diet and lifestyle about at this time, at age like 22. So I haven't aged since then, I guess. No, I honestly, I didn't even request to get this biological age result. Actually, I was going in to get a test for my skin because I was having skin issues and I didn't know what it was being caused by. And I literally got 100 blood tests just to figure out what is going on with my body right now. And that goes to my first thing I want to talk about, which is I feel like a lot of people are probably wondering, what did you do? What did you eat? What was your lifestyle like in order to have such a low biological age right now? Well, first of all, I don't know even if those tests are just comparing me to everybody else who took the test. So I don't know even how accurate those are, first of all. And second of all, is I've tried so many different diets and exercise and lived in different areas and different places and done so many different things throughout my life. I couldn't even tell you one specific thing that I've done that has really made the difference, other than a few things. And that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. What are those things I've been doing? And because I've had ups and downs, and I think it's the key thing, number one key thing, is having the awareness of when you are not healthy. Because a lot of things and a lot of issues have come up in my life that cause me to be unhealthy, and whether it's environmental things happening around me, whether it's something I'm eating consistently that's causing problems, whether it's just things with like my mindset and how I'm viewing the world, negatively or something. And there's so many problems that can cause you to be unhealthy. But the issue that I see myself having, and I think a lot of people have the same issue, is knowing what it feels like to feel healthy. Because I grew up kind of eating a lot of sugar and not a healthy diet, not very many whole foods, let's say, and foods coming from the earth, unmodified, not from factories, and that caused me to not understand what it feels like to be healthy. So if you don't know what it feels like to be healthy, then how do you know if you're unhealthy? That is a huge issue. So having the awareness of when you're unhealthy is a big factor. And so I would recommend anyone who doesn't even know if they're healthy or not, because even if you feel healthier than yesterday, how do you know that you couldn't even feel better than that? Because health, to me, I guess I would give a description of what it feels like to be healthy to me. It's undescribable, honestly. It feels like the most amazing feeling I've ever felt in my life. And it's self-refulfilling. It's like the more amazing I feel, the more I take care of myself, because I appreciate feeling healthy, because it's such an amazing feeling. And I'm always kind of trying to chase that high of life, because it really does feel amazing to be at the peak health. And honestly, it's not sustainable. For some reason, there's always something that challenges the health of yourself. And so just going back to like why I got my skin test or my blood test to figure out my skin issue. Like, this just happened. It's just the awareness that, hey, there's something going on with my skin right now. And I'm usually able to catch the problems way before they become something that's really going to impact my body negatively for long term. So because I have I'm very sensitive to knowing when something bad is happening. And like, for instance, the guy, I thought there was a mold problem, so he got a mold test, and he said, do you see this water on your wall? Because the humidity level was like 70% in my bedroom, and he said, there's water like on your walls. And I was like, oh my god, you're right, there is water on the walls, little drops. And he was like, do you see that little black dot in the water droplet? And I'm like, yeah. And he was like, that's mold starting to grow. And then I was like, how do you know it's not just a speck of dust? And he like pointed out all the other specks of water, and he's like, look at every single speck of water. It has a little black dot in it, like it was growing mold. And he was like, yeah, you're probably gonna have a mold issue pretty soon. So the point is, I'm able to sense this stuff before it even becomes a huge issue, because I'm so sensitive to life and understanding my body, and when it's changing, something's happening differently than it normally is supposed to happen, you know. And I can tell you some other things that were signs, like I was producing more oil than I normally was. I was my skin was turning red. And actually, I didn't know what the problem was, and I thought it was my diet, and it wasn't. And I kept changing what I was eating. This was going on for months and months. And I'm like, what is going on with me? I don't know. It turns out it's I haven't figured out this is exactly the issue, but this has really been helping me heal. I've noticed I'm starting to heal just by getting the humidity down, because it was at 70. So now if I get it down to 45, I just put a dehumidifier in the room, and a lot of these issues are starting to resolve on their own. So it was that high humidity which was causing the problem. But I never had that problem in my whole life. In the 8 years I've been focusing on my health and lifestyle, I haven't had that issue because I haven't lived here in Hawaii before. And so ran into new problems. And this is happening my whole life. And every time you move into a new place, you might have an environmental issue. Every time you start eating at a new restaurant, or if you go to a new grocery store and you're buying new food from somewhere, everything you do in your life is going to affect you in a certain way. And so it's really just... And then the other thing, other than the awareness, is you have to care about yourself. I mean, I'm talking about myself. I don't know why I'm saying you. I'm really saying me. I have to care about myself and love myself, because even if you know the problem sometimes, if you don't really like have the love and care, and if you have that like, well, who cares type of mindset, like life is meaningless. Because I've had moments in my life, even throughout these 8 years I've been eating healthy, where yeah, I did feel like life was kind of meaningless, and I stopped caring about myself totally. And even though I knew something was wrong, I didn't care to even change or try to do anything. So that's even more important than the awareness. And I think I hope whoever is watching this made it to this point in the video, because this trumps the awareness. right here is love. Love for yourself, love for everything around you, love for everyone around you. That will make you become caring and do the things that you need to do to become healthier. And it's not about, also the other thing, a lot of times people will say, well, what are you going to do? You're going to live an extra 5 or 10 years when you're 90, who cares? And that's not how I think about it, because each day, once it's over, you cannot get it back once it's gone. And when I feel super healthy, I feel amazing and I have a great day. So I'm just trying to have a great day today, the best day I can possibly have. And I want to be my healthiest today, right now. And if I die sooner, like I get hit by a bus or who knows what could happen, that's alright, because I'm living the way I want today. Not about surviving an extra 5 years when you're 90. Even though that would be great if I was healthy and I could walk around and do stuff. But if you couldn't walk around and do stuff, then it's like, yeah, why does that even matter? It's not even a big deal. It's just about now, living in the moment. And I'm just grateful that I have this awareness of what it feels like to be super healthy, and I know what it feels like to when something is making me unhealthy. Even though it's always a challenge, it takes months sometimes to recover from an issue. And it takes months sometimes to realize there is an issue sometimes. So I think patience is another thing. When you're trying to figure out the solution, or not even the solution, trying to figure out the problem. Just patience to figure out the problem and patience to figure out the solution. It takes time. But once you figure out one solution, you start to, you won't have that one again, hopefully. Hopefully it won't come back. If it comes back, it'll come back so you notice it, and then you'll be like, oh, this is similar to what happened to me before, and then you can fix it like quickly. The tough ones are when it's something new and you have no clue what's happening. And that's happened to me. So it's happened to me almost every single year. Multiple times a year. Something's making me unhealthy. But yeah, I think it's catching it quick. Figuring out the problem as fast as you can, and figuring out the solution as fast as you can. Because when you live life with the issue for long periods of time, like if I was living in this high humidity for years and years, and my body it would eventually start taxing my body, and it would make me age faster. And like same with a diet, if you're eating a diet that's taxing your body, it's making you age faster. It's just all of these things that are negatively impacting you make you age faster. That's how it works. And you can it's not like you can age in reverse, but you can just not let your body get harmed as much, so it's more in an optimal state of being, so it doesn't go through so much stress, and then therefore you get a biological age that's 23 when you're 31 years old. And there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and leave a comment if you have any other questions for me. I'll make another video and talk about it. I feel like I just kind of ranted a little bit for here, just going off the top of my head. But I hope you appreciated everything I said, and I hope you find love, because that's the most important thing to have when trying to be healthy, honestly. So I hope you have a peaceful, loving day today. And if you have health issues or you're trying to improve your health, I hope you figure out what it is. I hope you understand what it feels like to be at your healthiest state of being, because it's something nobody can ever really tell you what it feels like. So